American Pickers Mike Wolfe offers an emotional address at a Tennessee car show in his first appearance since announcing the store's closure. Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before watching the video, please subscribe and like it. American Pickers Mike Wolfe reduces prices in a Nashville store before shutting. But what happens to the antiques? Mike Wolfe, star of American Pickers, gave an emotional statement and thanked his followers for their support after revealing his tough choice to close his Tennessee antique business. According to The Sun, Mike 60 said on Friday, April 18, that he is closing Antique Archaeology Nashville to focus on new projects. One of these projects is the American Pickers Stars bike stop in Columbia, Tennessee, called Columbia Motor Alley. The U.S. Sun has exclusive images of Mike and his girlfriend, Letitia Klein, celebrating the first Cars and Coffee event of the year at his bike shop on Saturday, April 19. At 7 a.m., cars ranging from classic Chevrolet Corvettes to Mustangs began to line up along the little town streets. Mike arrived at 8 a.m. in a classic black Impala, while Letitia followed in a matching beige automobile of the same make and type. Mike appeared to be in good spirits despite the business setback the day before, as he spent the morning and afternoon conversing with fans, taking photos, and looking at the vehicles. Fans who attended the vehicle exhibition enjoyed free coffee and music from a band. Throughout the morning, Mike used the microphone to energize the crowd, saying he was looking forward to making memories with supporters. Mike even jokes about his staff, saying, "Look for the guy in the cowboy hat. If you spot him, tackle him. No charges were filed. You want to rock out some more? Here we go." Carrie Underwood cries on the American Idol set in a stressful moment unnoticed by cameras. At one point, Letitia was working inside the store, selling everything from $32 antique archaeology oil can candles to $25 clothes. American Pickers Mike Wolfe closes Nashville antique store after 15 years and tells reason for difficult decision. Mike appeared worried out over a problem with the card machine for purchases as he accepted cash before correcting the issue. Mike returned to the microphone at the end of the event and delivered a heartfelt thank you speech to everyone in attendance. He stated, "The city enjoys this event. We enjoy this event. Maury County Tourism enjoys this event. We just wanted to thank you to be a part of this neighborhood, city, and chapter of my life. Even when things are going well, it's important to reflect on where your time and heart are leading you. That is my definition of family. It's slowing down, being grounded, and focusing on the new initiatives that are calling to my soul. I won't vanish. I will continue to pick, share, and sell both online and at our original store in LeClaire, Iowa. But I've learned over the years that it's easy to stretch yourself too thin, and balance is something we all seek in some form or another." He concluded, "This is not goodbye. It is simply a new pace. I'll be eternally thankful for every moment spent in that Nashville location, as well as to everyone who contributed to it becoming more than just a business. You made it home." Customers have criticized Antique Archaeology Nashville, prompting its closure. Customers have grumbled about the volume of things for sale in comparison to the antiques and high-end items. Shorty Nenotaisi. According to the United States Sun, Mike's employees were informed of the closure just one day before the general public, giving them only a week to locate new jobs. According to a source, this is their final week with antique archaeology. They discovered it a day before everyone else. Mike strives to be hands-on in every store he runs. He's attempting to consolidate a little bit so he can spend more time with his family, the insider said. According to the insider, staff members were astonished and outraged by the news. According to a second source, employees at the LeClaire, Iowa shop were warned of the closing weeks in advance. Mike will see the store off on Saturday, April 26, and welcome customers before the official closing on Sunday. Mike continues to own antique archaeology in his hometown of LeClaire, Iowa. Taking a step back, Mike recently announced his departure from American Pickers during an interview with People. "For 15 years, we have just been going and going and going," he told me. "I think we're going to have at least 4 or 5 months off, so it's going to be good." Mike stated that their longest hiatus from filming yet has been a month around Christmas. The History Channel star admitted to rejecting a lot of stuff during the last 15 years because he felt overwhelmed. He described his time off as follows: American Pickers has been a part of my life for 20 years. I'm reflecting a lot, as many people my age do. That's why it's actually a celebration of my 60th birthday, and I'm doing it. Do you want to do another show? I'm performing another show. You want me to take part in the scripted project? I am doing it. I'm excited about the next chapter of everything. Mike Wolfe's businesses. Mike Wolfe has built a commercial empire that includes real estate, antique stores, and more. Mike's businesses. Mike has brought companies and tourists to the lonely village of Columbia. In addition to Columbia Motor Alley, Mike owns 2 Lanes Guest House, a restaurant, and several structures. Other businesses, such as Build a Donut Bakery and Prime and Pint Restaurant, have opened in Columbia in recent years, following Mike's lead. A town source told the U.S. Sun in August 2024 that townspeople are divided on the shift. It's kind of intriguing because a lot of people don't want change and some people do, so we're in that flux. The town is changing quickly. The town is now constructing a 6-story parking structure across from Columbia Motor Alley. The scent of gasoline and nostalgia hung heavy in the Tennessee air. It was a cloudless Saturday, the kind of spring day that felt dipped in old vinyl and chrome. Over 300 vintage cars gleamed beneath the morning sun at the Knoxville Classic Motor Show. People walked slowly, reverently, pausing to snap photos beside 57 Chevys, Hudson Hornets, and pickup trucks older than the teenagers posing next to them. But one name kept bouncing from one tent to the next. Is Mike Wolfe really here? The whispers moved faster than weeks of headlines, speculation, and heartbreak from fans. Mike Wolfe, star of American Pickers and lifelong antique crusader, was about to step onto a small, makeshift stage at the edge of the fairgrounds. A handful of hay bales had been roped off as VIP seating. No cameras, no press crew, just Wolfe, a Mick, and a gathering crowd who already knew this was going to be more than just a car show. This is more than rust and rubber. Wolfe walked up slowly. He wore a faded denim shirt, sunglasses perched on his head, and his signature salt and pepper scruff. His boots were dusty. He looked tired, but solid, grounded, like someone who had been through a storm and still had a few storms left in him. When he took the microphone, the crowd went quiet. "Thank you all for coming out today," he began, his voice rough, carrying that familiar southern drawl that made millions feel like he was already a friend. He paused. "I'm not here as the guy from TV today. I'm here as a guy who's been in love with old things, old stories, old people, and old engines for most of his life." A smattering of applause broke out. Wolfe gave a small smile, but there was something weighted in his stance, like he was holding back something heavier than usual. He gestured to the rows of restored classics behind him. "This is what saved me growing up. And now this is what's helping me let go." The announcement that shook his world. 2 weeks earlier, Wolfe had posted a simple message to Instagram that sent shockwaves through the picking world. "After 15 years, we're closing antique archaeology in Nashville. It's the hardest decision I've ever made." He hadn't elaborated. Rumors flooded in. Some said it was financial. Others blamed burnout, grief, or even a deeper desire to escape fame. But standing before that crowd, Wolfe finally opened up. "My store in Nashville was more than a shop. It was a piece of my heart I laid bare. Every sign on those walls, every gas pump, every typewriter. I picked those things with my own hands, told their stories with my own breath." He paused to drink some water, his hands slightly trembling. But over time, something shifted. The stories started getting drowned out. People started asking for selfies more than stories. And I felt like maybe I was losing the plot. A hush settled over the crowd, broken only by the revving of an old Harley nearby. Reflections from the road. Wolfe spoke for nearly 40 minutes. No notes, no script. He talked about the long drives, the sunburned days in barns, the kind of joy that comes from finding something buried beneath years of dust and neglect. He talked about his brother Robbie, about Frank Fritz and their complicated friendship, about missing the early days when the show was just a dream. He even joked about the time he tried to pick a broken soda machine and got chased by a rooster named Elvis. The crowd laughed, but their eyes stayed fixed on him. "This isn't retirement," Wolfe said. "It's a redirection." He told the audience he'd be focusing more on local preservation, helping small-town museums, and maybe, just maybe, finally taking a break to ride his Indian motorcycle across the back roads without a camera crew in his rearview mirror. "I'll always be a picker," he said. "But maybe now, I get to pick where my heart leads next." Tears, cheers, and one last horn honk. By the end of the speech, the sun had dipped behind a wall of pine trees, casting a warm orange glow over the field. A woman in the front row, driven 6 hours from Paducah, stood up and shouted, "We love you, Mike." Others clapped. Some wiped away tears. A group of classic car owners honked their horns in salute, an odd, beautiful symphony of Chrysler and Buick and Studebaker. Wolfe stepped down from the stage and didn't disappear backstage. Instead, he walked into the crowd, hugging people, posing for photos, even signing a dashboard with a Sharpie someone shoved into his hand. Later, as dusk fell and the engines quieted, Wolfe was spotted crouched next to a '39 Ford Deluxe, running his fingers gently along the curve of the fender. He wasn't posing, one onlooker said. He was remembering. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, America Trends 24, and stay with us.